What if I told you there was something that you could do that made everything else you do easier, better, more efficient, more effective? It sounds pretty good, right? This is something that I use all the time. It's the foundation of my music practice, basically anything I care about, I'm applying this to it. And I want to share it with you so you can apply it also. What happens between your skull and your spine affects your overall coordination. And this is true for all vertebrates, all creatures with a spine. So if between your skull and spine you're a bit stiff, everything else becomes stiff. If between skull and spine everything's moving easily, everything else becomes easy. And this is something that we can take advantage of. You're watching this video, so you obviously want to gain these benefits. So please do the experiments along with me. That's how you're going to get the benefit. Let's choose an action. Let's just reach to the ceiling. So actually do that. Reach to the ceiling. We'll do it a couple of times. Maybe you noticed something about that, maybe not. Either way, it's going to serve as a benchmark for the experiments to come. Where is your skull? I know it sounds like a silly question. You know where your skull is. Humor me. Where's the top of your skull? Use your hand to point it out. Where's the front? Where's the back? Where are the sides? And now, where is the bottom of your skull? Where's the place where your skull and spine meet? So actually point to it. Now, put your fingers behind your earlobes. You can feel there's a bony bump just behind there. That's part of your skull. If you trace that around to the back, you can feel all of that is the bottom of your skull. If you continue forwards, you go past the top of your jaw, you get to your cheekbones. And they are part of your skull. And at the front here, that's where your teeth join into your skull. So your skull is around this level, cheekbone level, and higher. All this is your skull. So what happens if you just remember that that's where your skull is, so you can reach your arms up to the ceiling. Here's my skull, I reach to the ceiling. Maybe you noticed something about that. Was it the same or different as before? Let's exaggerate this. You can interfere with your coordination by changing the relationship between your skull and spine. So if this is my spine and this is my skull, what I'm going to do is actually squeeze them together a bit. So here's me doing that. So do that along with me. Squeeze your skull into your spine and then reach to the ceiling while you're doing that. Shake that off. What was that like? You would have seen as I did it, it got more stiff. It got a lot harder. So that's probably not a useful thing to do. Let's do another experiment. So spine, skull. Your skull this time can move wherever it wants to go. So here's my skull, can move wherever it wants to go. I move my arms to the ceiling. We'll do that again. Here's my skull, it can move, I move my hands to the ceiling. What was that like? If you initiate an action with this thought, the quality of the action improves. If you're partway through an action and you realize that the action could be easier, you can incorporate this thinking into the action as you just continue. So you don't necessarily need to stop, you could just continue. So let's play around with that for a moment. I squish, and as I'm reaching, I realize it could be easier. Here's my skull, it can move, I reach to the ceiling. You changed your strategy in the middle of the action. So it's something that you can apply in the moment, whatever you're doing, and it makes it easier. So choose an action you'd like to experiment with. It might be walking, throwing a ball, playing an instrument, speaking, whatever it is. And do those experiments. See what happens as you squish. See what happens as you think, here's my skull, it can move any direction, anytime I do the action. So, and let me know how you went in the comments. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.